I would say is, if you pressed me to put some money, I'm not a gambling man, but if I had to put some money on either say Christianity or naturalism, a better explanation for the universe, I'd put my money on naturalism.
Okay.
And so when I have discussions like this, I will argue in that mindset.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say...
But you're still agnostic, effectively, as to what exactly...
If you're talking about a claim to knowledge, absolutely. I would never be so arrogant as to say that I know that there is no God, or I would never say that I know that there is someone up there, and I know who he is, I know his gender, I know his nature, and I know what his plan is and what he wants for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're dealing in the burden. We're dealing more with probability than we are with absolute certainty. And you remember Richard Dawkins famously said this on a scale of 1 to 7, where 1 is I'm sure God exists, to 7 I'm sure there isn't a God. He said I'm a 6.5. To his credit, he says, look, I can't say with absolute certainty there is no God, okay?
Yes.
So we're all dealing in the realm of probability. So where would you be on that scale,
I'm
Alex?
in the same place as Dawkins. I'm a number 6. He calls it a de facto atheist, which I think is the perfect term. For all intents and purposes.
You assume there is no God for all intents and purposes.
For all intents and purposes. What I would say is, rather than I assume there is no God, rather I think that everything seems to work without the assumption that a God is there.
But wouldn't an agnostic be about a 3.5?
Agnosticism, again, is a claim to knowledge rather than to belief. So agnosticism, to me, if you don't call yourself an agnostic, then I can't quite understand what knowledge you have that I don't. I mean, I don't know if you're the sort of person to say, I know there is a God.
Again, it's the realm of probability. Am I absolutely certain? No. Am I absolutely certain? No. Am I absolutely certain? No. I'm not even absolutely certain that I exist. I mean, I guess I have to exist to say it. But I mean, we could be, the famous thought experiment. The universe could have been created 5 minutes ago. We're an experiment in a scientist's laboratory, and we just have all these memories.
Well, you've got people like Elon Musk who do think that we're some kind of artificial intelligence.
A discussion for another time. What I would say, though, is I like to categorize it, and of course this is, again, semantics. It's just my way of categorizing the world. What I would say is, if you think of 4 boxes, like a table, across the top you have theism and atheism, and on the side you have Gnosticism and agnosticism. You say you're not 100% sure that there is no God, so I'd put you in the agnostic box. Then I'd put you across on the theism box because you believe there is a God, and that's where you sit. You're an agnostic-theist, as far as I'm concerned. Now, you can reject that label because you might have I know that the word agnostic carries weight, so I think
maybe we ought to stop talking about labels and start talking about evidence.
Absolutely.
Well, maybe. Let's move it on.
Am I absolutely certain? No.